Hello students. Yesterday we have seen the first poem Where the Mind is Without Fear, which is written by Rabindranath Tagore. We have discussed it, and also I have given you some exercise in the PDF format. I know that you have solved it perfectly, but before going to turn towards next part, we are going to discuss the questions I have given in exercise. Here some of the questions are given in margin lines. As we know that first question, what does the poet pray to the almighty for? This one. इथं या पोएटला गॉड समोर काय प्रे करायचे आहे, तो काय प्रार्थना करतो? व्हॉट डज द पोएट प्रे टू द almighty for? The answer is the poet prays to the almighty to let his country wake up into the heaven where everyone enjoy freedom of mind and spirit. He also asks God to lead us forward into ever widening thought and action. This will be its answer. Second question, what are reason and dead habit compared to? Here this one, what are reason and dead habit compared to? reason and dead habitची तुलना कशाबरोबर केलेली आहे? Here the answer is reason and dead habit are compared to a clear stream and dreary desert respectively. Reason and dead habit are compared to a clear stream and dreary desert respectively. Third question, what does the poet wish for? This one, what does the poet wish for? या पोएटची नेमकी इच्छा काय आहे? The poet wishes God to lead his country to a haven of freedom where his countrymen enjoy social, political, religious and intellectual freedom. These are the three questions which are asked in margin line. Now some of the questions also have asked you, which are given below here. In the question third, answer the following questions in your own words. In that first one, how is the world broken into fragments? The answer is the narrow domestic walls, like differences in caste, creed, sex, religion, language, race, geographical divisions, color, break up the world into fragments. These are. Second, explain what the tireless striving should be for. Explain what the tireless striving should be for. Tireless striving refers to working hard with full zeal and enthusiasm without getting tired at all. This should be done to reach its goal towards perfection with freedom from the oppression and rigidity. Third, where words come out from the depth of truth. Explain in your own words. Where words come out from the depth of truth. Explain in your own words. आपल्याला हे एक्सप्लेन करायचं आहे स्वतःच्या वर्ड्समध्ये. Here the answer is the poet wants his countrymen to be fearless and confident. Thus he wants words to come out from the depth of truth, words that are sincere and honest, words that are devoid of deceit and falsity. Now next question, who is thee in the poem? What does the poet appeal to thee to do? Answer is, here thee refers to God the Almighty. The poet wants thee to lead us forward into an ever widening thought and action, into a haven of freedom where fear does not exist. Next question, what qualities does the poet wish to inculcate in his countrymen? What qualities does the poet wish to inculcate in his countrymen? The poet wishes that they should be fearless, knowledgeable and can think clearly, logically and gaining political freedom. These are the questions I have asked you, and I know that I also have given you the model answer in the PDF format yesterday. You have seen it. Now I am going to turn towards the English workshop. First question. In your notebook, write down lines from the poem as a proof for the following. इथं खाली काही स्टेटमेंट्स दिलेले आहेत. तर प्रूफ म्हणून आपल्याला पोएममधल्या काही लाईन्स चूज करायच्या आहेत, निवडायच्या आहेत. पहिलं स्टेटमेंट दिलेलं आहे, टॅगोर विशेष फॉर अ नेशन वेअर पीपल आर ट्रूथफुल. टॅगोर विशेष फॉर अ नेशन वेअर पीपल आर ट्रूथफुल. आता हे दाखवणारं जे पोएममधलं सेंटेन्स आहे ते हे असेल, वेअर वर्ड्स कम आउट फ्रॉम द डेप्थ ऑफ ट्रूथ. दिस वन, where words come out from the depth of truth. Now next, the poet would like everyone to work hard to reach their goal and in the long run to reach perfection. The poet would like everyone to work hard to reach their goal and in the long run to reach perfection. आता हे दाखवणारं पोएममधलं प्रूफ म्हणून असं एक स्टेटमेंट असेल, where tireless striving stretches its arm towards perfection. Where tireless, this one, where tireless striving stretches its arm towards perfection. This indicates that the poet would like everyone work hard to reach their goal and run to reach perfection. Now third, C, the poet wishes that everyone in his country holds his head high in dignity. Third one, the poet wishes that everyone in his country holds his head high in dignity. Now it shows that here, where the mind is without fear, where knowledge is free. First line, it shows that it indicates that where knowledge is, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, it indicates that the poet wishes that everyone in his country holds his head high in dignity. Next one, the poet dreams of a nation where knowledge should be free to all. Here the poet dreams of a nation where knowledge should be free to all. तर हे दाखवणारं पोएममधले सेंटेन्स आहे, वेअर नॉलेज इज फ्री. दिस वन हियर, वेअर नॉलेज इज फ्री. इट शोज दॅट द पोएट ड्रीम्स ऑफ अ नेशन वेअर नॉलेज शुड बी फ्री टू ऑल. लास्ट वन, द पोएम इज अ प्रेयर. हियर इट शोज दॅट into ever widening or into the haven of freedom, my father let my country awake. It indicates that this is an poem. The poem is a prayer. It indicates that the poem is a prayer. Now we are going to turn towards second question. Read the columns carefully and match the expressions with their meanings. Column A and column B are given here. In column A, we have to match them properly. In column A, some sentences are given. Also in column B, their meanings are given here. Some expressions are given here, and in column B, their meanings are given here. We have to match them properly. First one, the head is held high. It means a person with self-respect and proud of possessing it. The head is held high means a person with self-respect and proud of possessing it. Second, narrow domestic walls. It means narrow-mindedness. Here, narrow domestic walls means narrow-mindedness. This one. Third, knowledge is free. Knowledge is free means here education is given to all. Education is given to all. This one. Now, depth of truth. Depth of truth means here sincerity of heart. This one. Mind is without fear. Fifth one, it means a fearless person. Mind is without fear means what? A fearless person. Next, stretches its arms. Sixth one, stretches its arm means aim at perfection. This one, H, aim at perfection. Now, clear stream of reason. Clear stream of reason means clear thinking. This one. Next one, dead habits. Dead habits means here dried up infertile land of sands. F, dried up infertile land of sands. And last one, ever widening thought and action means broadening the outlook and attitude. These are some of the expressions and their meanings. Now, next question. Here, write in your notebook your own response and justify where needed. In that question, first one is given, is the poem a prayer for India alone? The answer is that no. The poem is not a prayer for India alone, because the poet stresses on the unity of not just his countrymen but also the entire world. He does not want a world where people are divided and discriminated on the basis of caste, creed, color, religion, or other baseless superstitions. Second question, what should the words we speak reflect? What should the words we speak reflect? The words we speak reflects our honest and truthfulness. The words we speak reflects that our honest and truthfulness. Third question, what should people keep on widening? How can it be done? What should people keep on widening? How can it be done? Here the answer is, the poet wants his people to express their opinion freely. Their thought and action must be broad and wide. Every individual must always aim for excellence in every sphere of his life. The poet wants his country to be awakened, where God will lead us, people, into an ideal heaven where they are free and strive hard. God will guide them in the progressive path of thought and action. They will be thoughtful as well as ready to put those thoughts into actions that will help them to attain true freedom. Now, next question D. From what darkness of night should our nation awake? From what darkness of night should our nation awaken? The poem was written when India was facing oppression in the hands of the British. As we all know that this poem was written when India was under the British rule. India had lost her supremacy and her glory. She was in a deep slumber of ignorance. Thus, the poet wants his country to awake from her slumber. He wants his country to awake into that haven of freedom where there would be no fear, there would be no oppression, where there would be no narrow domestic walls, where people would be guided by God, and where there would be the true light of freedom. Next question, what attributes of Rabindranath Tagore does the poem reflect? What attributes of Rabindranath Tagore does the poem, or it is called prayer, reflect? The answer is, he wants his men to be able to live in dignity, which will come from being hardworking, courageous, and open-minded. The poem was written when India was under the British rule and the Indians struggled for freedom. But for Tagore, freedom was more than merely political. He dwelt on the theme of spiritual freedom, freedom of mind, freedom of speech, freedom of thought, belief, practice, and behavior. Now, next one, next question. Question 4. Read the poem carefully and complete the table after the discussion in the pairs. One is done for you. Here, a chart is given, concepts in the poem, present situation, and expected or ideal situation. One is done for you, one is given as for the reference purpose. First one, mind. Mind is full of fear. Present situation, mind is full of fear. Expected, that is fearless mind. Fearless mind. Now second one, head. In the present situation, head is held high. That is given in the poem. Head is held high. But what is expected here? Oh, proud posture. Oh, a proud posture is expected here. Now third one, knowledge. What is given in the poem? Knowledge is free. But what is expected here? Knowledge is being free without bounding. What is given here? Knowledge is free. And what is expected? Knowledge is being free without bounding. Fourth, words. What is given here? Words come out from the depth of truth. Dead habit. Words come out from the depth of truth. And what is expected here? Sincerity of heart. Sincerity of heart is expected here from the word. After that, habit. Next word, habit. Here, what is given in the poem? Dead habit. But what is expected? Expected is that slaves of superstitions and baseless belief. What is expected here? Slaves of superstitions as well as baseless belief. Last one here, thought and action is given. Thought and action. What is the present situation? Ever widening thought and action. Ever widening thought and action. Thought and actions are ever widening. But what we expect? Broadening the outlook and attitude. What we expect? Broadening the outlook and attitude. Now, fifth question in the workshop. Fifth A. Complete the following sentences using your own interpretations. We have to complete the given statement by using our own interpretation. त्यामध्ये first one, when the mind is without fear and head unbound, we enjoy ... freedom. We enjoy here true freedom. We enjoy true freedom. B, when knowledge is free, every citizen enjoys the right to ... and ... When knowledge is free, every citizen enjoys the right to gain knowledge and helps us to understand various things. Right to gain knowledge and helps us to understand various things. C, we can prevent ... injustice when we pull down discriminatory walls of caste, class, religion, etc. We can prevent all types of injustice. What? All types of. We can prevent all types of injustice when we pull down discriminatory walls of caste, class, religion, etc. D, constant effort and strife leads to ... Constant efforts and strife leads to perfection. Leads to perfection. त्यानंतर ई, लॉजिकल थिंकिंग अँड रिझनिंग कॅन पुट अ स्टॉप टू डॉट डॉट. लॉजिकल थिंकिंग अँड रिझनिंग कॅन पुट अ स्टॉप टू ओल्ड ट्रॅडिशन्स अँड कस्टम्स, superstitions and narrow-mindedness. To old traditions and customs, superstitions and narrow-mindedness. F, Tagore appeals to God to make his country a dot dot. Tagore appeals to God to make his country awake into the haven of freedom. To make his country awake into the haven of freedom. Now second B question, fill in the blanks. We have to fill up the blanks. First one, students should keep themselves aloof from dot dot. Students should keep themselves aloof from caste, creed, religions and superstitions. Students should keep themselves aloof from caste, creed, religions and superstitions. B, when dot dot, everyone will be literate. When knowledge is free. When knowledge is free, everyone will be literate. Third, C, it is a social duty of every student of modern world to uproot dot dot from societies. It is a social duty of every student of modern world to uproot the barriers and obstacles. What? The barriers and obstacles from societies. Next, D, students must develop dot dot outlook and attitudes. Students must develop broadening the outlook and attitudes. What? Broadening the outlook and attitudes. And last one here, in the world of sycophancy, students must dot dot. In the world of sycophancy, students must be rational and logical in their thinking. Now with this English workshop video, I am going to give you exercise about the appreciation of poem, as well as one of the writing skill questions is given here, that is deliver a speech on the occasion of Independence Day or Republic Day. You have to solve them. I am giving you it in the PDF format. You have to solve it properly and send me its feedback. Thank you.